Navy A-School at Fort Leonard, Missouri, bruh. Hoorah, Seabees. Gang, gang, what up? I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. I could not make videos at A-School. I was just busy. I was tired. I didn't want to be bothered. I was ready to get back to the crib. And so now I'm back at the crib, which also means I'm back in Chicago. Yeah. This video right here is dedicated to anybody that has been or will be going to A-School in Fort Leonard, Missouri. More specifically, my EOs and my EAs in the Navy. Real quick shameless plug before we begin. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate the support. Like, share, comment. Follow me on social media at TheMABExperience and all that good stuff. But anyway, if you've watched any of my previous videos on YouTube, then you probably already know that I already knew that I will be going to Fort Leonard, Missouri for A-School. And I knew this prior to me enlisting because this was the information that was available to me on the Navy Cool app. Again, I highly recommend the Navy Cool app, especially if you're thinking of joining the Navy and you haven't picked a rate already. It'll basically give you a breakdown of whatever rate that you're interested in. It'll give you an idea of where you would go for training in most cases, and how long the training should be, all of the different type of skill sets and certifications and potential college credits that could be associated with the rate that you pick in the Navy, as well as how those credentials could transfer over into the civilian sector and help you with civilian life after the military. But when it comes to trying to figure out where you'll be going for A-School after boot camp, none of that's really set in stone until you receive your orders. This is where it can get a little confusing for EOs and EAs, so I had to make this video for y'all because I'm trying to tell you, when you're getting ready to graduate boot camp, they're gonna be acting like they don't know what's going on with y'all. Check it out. Your orders is gonna come in an envelope, something like this, right around when you're getting ready to graduate boot camp. If your division is anything like mine, because half my division was aviation race, so you know they all going to Florida, Pensacola, you know what I'm saying? But everybody in general, they all catching flights, right? Everybody catching flights. You get a flight, you get a flight, you going to Florida, you going to Mississippi. But when it comes to you EOs and you EAs, they gonna pull y'all to the side. You and you, it's gonna be like 2 or 3 of y'all. Stand by over there. You may or may not, depending on the circumstances, depending on the and whatever else is going on at the time, you may or may not end up catching a bus and a train from Great Lakes, Illinois to Fort Leonard, Missouri. That's where the Seabee detachment is that trains equipment operators and engineer aides. So, of course, your boy was one of those lucky contestants that got a one-way train ticket and what we catch, 2 buses? Yeah, from Navy boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois to the Navy Seabee detachment for EOs and EAs in Fort Leonard, Missouri. That's just how it went for me, but like I said, that was based on the circumstances at the time. There were EOs and EAs that came after me to Fort Leonard for A-School that did not have to catch the bus or the train, but like I said, it depended on the circumstances. I didn't even get my orders when the rest of my division got their orders. I had to go with them and then leave and come back on my own when my division got to go to next and make their phone calls. I only got to make 2 phone calls, but I ain't gonna cry about it. But while everybody else was at next shopping and making phone calls, I was back at the building where you get your orders at, trying to get that straightened away because they didn't know what was going on. Eventually they got it all figured out, and it was myself and 1 other EO. So it was only 2 EOs and 1 EA. Little did I know those would be 2 of my best friends down at A-School. Shout out to Kenley, shout out to Morales, Seabee gang, you already know what it is. But to give you an idea of how this looked, out of all of the divisions, out of the entire class of March 6, 2020, it was only 3 Seabees going to Fort Leonard, Missouri. It was 2 EOs, me and Kenley, and 1 EA, Morales. And the 3 of us had to catch the bus. I'm sorry, we had to catch the train from Great Lakes to Chicago in 2 buses, 1 from Chicago to St. Louis and 1 from St. Louis to Fort Leonard, Missouri. That's how that worked out for us. And like I said, this was before the whole was as big of a deal as it is now. The reason I'm sharing this is not only to share my experience, but when you're in boot camp and you're trying to understand, like, why is everybody catching these flights and they're telling you you're gonna catch a bus and a train, it's gonna sound real confusing. You're gonna be like, wait, is this even right? My chief, he was like, why are you catching the bus or the train, recruit? I'm like, I don't know, chief, I'm asking you, like, I don't understand. He's like, figure it out, recruit. I don't know, recruit. Go hydrate. He ain't really say go hydrate that time, but I'm probably gonna say that in every video from now on. So the morning after graduation day is usually when a lot of new grads are departing RTC Great Lakes for A-School, and if you're catching a train and a bus like I did, then it's gonna be an all-day process. I gotta say this about Navy A-School in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. When it comes to the Navy Seabee detachment, okay, your NMTs, the Navy military instructors, the senior enlisted leaders, the OICs, and even the civilian staff, everybody at the Navy Seabee detachment, for the most part, they were like the coolest personnel I've had the privilege of working with thus far. I know they was clowning me the whole time because, you know, you take somebody from an environment like boot camp where you're just a recruit, and you put them in a more relaxed environment where it's like, okay, I'm gonna treat you with a little more respect. I'm gonna let you have a little freedom over here, a little freedom over there. And it's like day and night, you feel me? But trust me, this is a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. I think one of the reasons that Fort Leonard Wood gets such a bad rap, this could just be the grass looking greener on the other side, because I haven't been to any other A-school, but the idea is that Fort Leonard Wood is a lot more strict than other A-schools. For example, when I was at Fort Leonard Wood, we could not wear shoulder patches. I remember looking on Snapchat that all my other shipmates from other divisions, they in other A-schools, got the shoulder patches on, they got combat boots on, the brown boots, the construction boots. We're supposed to wear all that when we graduate at Fort Leonard Wood. So yeah, you could buy those things at Next, or you could order them online or whatever, but you're not gonna wear that during training. You're not gonna wear that at all while you're in A-school. You can't wear it till you graduate. As far as recreational activities, there's stuff you can do, but it's not like you would imagine A-school to be. You imagine it to be like just, oh, turn up, we out here, like college life 2.0 or whatever. Not in Fort Leonard Wood. That bar and grill by the mini PX, I never got to experience that. Going off base, never got to experience that. Going around the base, I barely got to experience that, because we showed up like right before they took the taxis away. And once there was no taxis, you had to walk everywhere. If you couldn't walk there, or if you didn't know somebody with a POV, you was just SOL. So all I really got to do was like the lake. I got to drop people off at the cave, but I didn't really turn up at the cave. The park, the CBs usually chill amongst themselves. They have their own little cookouts and outings and stuff like that. We find ways to make it fun for each other, but that's it. Some people say it's nothing to do out there. I'm not gonna say it's nothing to do out there. I just didn't get a chance to do anything because it's bullshit. If you're going to Fort Leonard Wood, I would say take that time to just focus on your phase, on your training, and you can just go into straight grind mode. It's one of them environments where you can definitely go into grind mode, you can go into monk mode and just concentrate on planning your next moves after this, because the time is gonna fly. Last thing I'm gonna say, and you're gonna hear this the whole time that you're down there, make sure you shine your boots. Make sure you're at the right place at the right time in the right uniform. That's literally half the battle. If they do happen to go back to putting people on the bus, I just want you to know that chances are that's not a mistake. It might be a little confusing at first, but they will get you down there. Just make sure you reach out to the quarterdeck ahead of time and let them know when they can expect you. They'll let you know who your sponsor is, and they'll show you around. Like I said, they'll take care of you, man. It's good people down there. That's about it for now. I'm finna get up out of here. Thanks again for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at y'all in the comment section. Peace.